The sun rose over the strange trees of nightshade. Jisoo climbed down from her tree. The Fang Pack watched her with their 6 eyes that glowed like fire in the morning light. Jisoo counted them again. There were 12 big animals. They had dark blue fur and sharp teeth and claws. They were bigger than earth wolves. They looked like they could kill her easy. But Jisoo was not afraid. She knew fear would make them attack. She had studied animals on Earth. She knew how packs think, how they act. Jisoo stood tall and looked at the big one with the scar on his face. He seemed to be the leader. Jisoo held her small knife. It was not much, but it was all she had. She watched the pack. They watched her. No one moved for a long time. Then the leader made a sound like a growl, but with words almost. He stepped toward Jisoo. The others stayed back. Jisoo did not run. She did not look away. She stared at the leader. She showed no fear. Back on Earth, Jisoo had worked with wolves and big cats. She knew they could smell fear. She knew they tested new things. She was new to them. They wanted to know if she was prey or not. The leader came closer, his 6 eyes all fixed on Jisoo. He was so big his head was level with her chest. He could bite her throat easy. Jisoo still did not move. She did not show fear. The leader sniffed at her. He walked around her in a circle. Jisoo turned to watch him, always facing him. This made the leader stop. He seemed surprised that she kept her eyes on him. Jisoo had a thought. These animals were smart. They were not just animals. They had some kind of thinking. Maybe they were like the smart animals on Earth. Maybe they could understand her. Jisoo slowly put her knife in her pocket. She held out her empty hand to the leader. He looked at her hand with all 6 eyes. He seemed confused. The rest of the pack made sounds like they were talking to each other. They moved closer, but stayed behind their leader. Jisoo still held out her hand. The leader sniffed her hand. His breath was hot on her skin. He made a sound deep in his throat. Then he turned and ran into the forest. The whole pack followed him. They all ran away. Jisoo let out a breath she had been holding. She was alive. The Fang Pack did not kill her. They just left. She did not know why, but she was happy to be alive still. Jisoo needed to find water and more food. She looked at the sky. The sun was getting higher. It would be hot soon. She started walking. She found a small stream. The water looked clean. She drank. It was good. She filled her empty food bag with water. She found more of the red fruits. They were good. She ate many. She knew she needed to find a safe place to sleep that night. She knew the Fang Pack would come back. They would find her again. Jisoo walked all day. She found a place where big rocks made a small cave she could fit inside, but the Fang Pack could not. It would be a good place to sleep. She gathered some soft leaves to make a bed. She felt tired. The air on Nightshade had less oxygen. Than Earth, she needed to rest more. As the sun started to go down, Jisoo heard them again. The howls of the Fang Pack. They were coming back. She climbed into her rock cave and waited. The night came, and with it the Fang Pack. They found her easy. They could smell her. They came to her cave. They tried to get in, but they were too big. Jisoo watched them from inside. She was safe for now. The leader with the scar sat outside her cave. He watched her with his 6 red eyes. He waited. All the other pack animals lay down near the cave. They all waited. Jisoo knew they were smart. They would wait until she came out. They knew she needed food and water. She could not stay in the cave forever. The night was long. Jisoo slept a little, but she woke up many times. The Fang Pack was always there, always watching. When morning came, they were still there. Jisoo knew she had to do something. She could not stay in the cave. She would die without food and water. She had to face the Fang Pack. She had to show them. She was not prey. Jisoo crawled out of the cave. The whole pack stood up. They watched her. The leader came forward. He growled at her. He showed his teeth. Jisoo stood tall. She looked right at the leader. She did not run. She did not show fear. She took out her small knife and held it tight. The leader jumped at her, his teeth aimed at her throat. Jisoo was ready. She had lived on Earth, a planet with high gravity. Her muscles were strong. Her reflexes were fast. She moved to the side and the leader missed her. The leader turned and jumped again. Jisoo ducked under him. She felt his fur brush against her back. He was so big, but she was quick. The pack watched. They made sounds like they were surprised. No prey had ever done this before. No prey had ever not been caught. The leader was angry now. He ran at Jisoo full speed. Jisoo did not move away this time. She waited until the last moment. Then she dropped to the ground and rolled. The leader went over her. She reached up with her knife and cut his leg. The leader howled in pain. It was not a bad cut, but it bled blue blood. Jisoo got up fast. She faced the leader again. The leader looked at his leg. He looked at Jisoo. He seemed confused. Jisoo knew this was an important moment. The leader was hurt, not bad, but he was hurt. Prey does not hurt the hunter. She had changed something. The leader came at her again, but slower this time. More careful. Jisoo waited when he was close. She jumped not away, but toward him. This surprised the leader. She landed on his back. Her arms went around his neck. The leader tried to throw her off. He jumped and rolled, but Jisoo held on tight. She had her knife at his throat. She did not cut him, but she let him feel the knife was there. The pack made loud sounds. They all moved around, not sure what to do. Their leader had prey on his back, but the prey was not dead. The prey had a weapon at the leader's throat. The leader stopped moving. He stood still. Jisoo, still on his back, still had the knife at his throat, but she did not cut him. She waited. Slowly, the leader lay down on the ground. Jisoo still on his back. Jisoo understood this was surrender. The leader was giving up. He was saying, she had won. Jisoo got off his back. She stood beside him, her knife still ready. The leader stayed down. He did not get up. He turned his head and showed his throat to her. This was a big thing for a pack animal to do. Jisoo put her knife away. She reached out her hand and touched the leader's head. Not hard, just to touch. The leader let her. He did not bite. The rest of the pack came closer. They all lay down. They all showed their throats to Jisoo. She had won. She had beaten their leader. She had shown. She was not prey. Jisoo sat down on a rock. She was tired. The leader got up, but he did not attack. He sat near her. The rest of the pack stayed laying down. That night the Fang pack did not try to eat Jisoo. They stayed near her like they were guarding her. She slept on the ground, not in a cave, not in a tree, and the Fang pack kept her safe. Jisoo had survived 3 days on Nightshade. She had faced the Fang pack. She had won, and now everything was different. Now she was not just alive. She was starting to belong. The spaceship Horizon moved slowly through the dark space. Jisoo stood by the window and looked at the stars. She was the only human on the ship. All the other crew were aliens from different worlds. They were tall and thin with skin colors of blue and green and purple. Jisoo was small next to them, but she was strong. Very strong. Jisoo came from Earth. A planet that aliens called a Deathworld. Earth had strong gravity and many dangers. Humans who grew up there had tough bodies and quick minds. This made other beings in the galaxy both fear and respect humans. They called them Deathworlders. Jisoo worked hard to get her job on the Horizon. She wanted to study life on other worlds. She was smart and knew much about animals and plants. The Galactic Research Alliance did not want to hire her at first. They thought humans were too wild, too dangerous, but Jisoo showed them she was good and kind and very smart, so they let her join. Life on the ship was not easy. The aliens always watched Jisoo like they thought she might break something or hurt someone by mistake. They did not sit with her at mealtimes. They did not talk to her much. Jisoo felt alone, but she still did her work well. She helped find new plants and animals on the worlds they visited. Captain Taeho was the leader of the ship. He was tall with gray skin and 4 arms. He never liked Jisoo. He thought humans should stay on Earth where they belong, but Jisoo tried to show him she was good at her job. She hoped one day he would see her as part of the team. One day Jisoo was working in the lab. She was writing notes about some small blue flowers they found on a moon. She heard a noise and looked up. Do-won, the head of security, came in with 4 guards. Jisoo, what have you done? Asked Do-won. His voice was cold. I do not know what you mean, said Jisoo. She stood up. She was much shorter than Do-won, but her earth muscles made her strong. Do-won held up a screen. It showed Jisoo walking into the special room, where they kept rare animals and plants. The video showed her taking samples and putting them in her pocket. That is not me, said Jisoo. I did not do that. I was sleeping at that time. Lise said, do one. We have the video. We also found the missing items in your room. Jisoo felt cold fear someone was trying to make her look bad. Someone had put those things in her room, but who would do that? And why? The guards took Jisoo to see Captain Taeho. He sat at his big desk and looked at her with all four of his eyes. Jisoo, you have broken our trust, said Captain Taeho. Those samples were very rare, very special. I did not take them, sir, said Jisoo. Someone is trying to make me look bad. Captain Taeho did not listen. He showed Jisoo more videos of her taking things from labs and storage rooms, but Jisoo knew it was not her. The person in the videos moved wrong, talked wrong. Someone was using tech to look like her. The ship doctor came in. She was named Yuna. She had blue skin and kind eyes. Captain, we are near the moon called Nightshade, said Yuna. We could leave her there. The survey team will come back in 3 months. They could pick her up. Jisoo felt her heart beat fast. Nightshade, she knew about that moon. It was a place no one went. It was full of deadly animals. Humans had never even tried to study it. That is a death sentence, said Jisoo. You are a Deathworlder, said Captain Taeho. His voice was hard. You say you are strong. You say humans can live where others die now. You can show if that is true. Jisoo tried to speak to the other crew, but they would not look at her. They all thought she was a thief. She had no friends here. They took her to a small ship and 4 guards went with her. They all had guns. The small ship flew down to Nightshade. It was a dark world with purple trees and strange rocks. Jisoo could see it had air she could breathe, but she knew the air had less oxygen than Earth. She would get tired fast. The ship landed in a small open space. The door opened and the guards pushed Jisoo out. They threw a small bag after her. You get food for 3 days and a knife, said one guard. That is all then. He smiled, but not in a nice way. Maybe the Fang Pack will get you first. Jisoo knew about the Fang Pack. They were big animals, like wolves, but much worse. They hunted in groups. They were smart. They had killed many aliens who tried to study Nightshade. The ship door closed and it flew away, leaving Jisoo alone on the strange moon. She picked up the bag and looked inside. There was dry food that would last 3 days if she was careful. There was a small knife, not much good for fighting, but better than nothing. Jisoo looked at the sky. It was getting dark soon. It would be night. She needed to find a safe place to sleep. She needed water, too. She looked around and saw trees that looked like they might have fruit. She walked to them and found small red things that smelled sweet. She picked one and touched it to her tongue. It did not burn or taste bad, so she ate it. It was food that was good. Jisoo heard a sound. It was far away, but she knew what it was, a howl like a wolf, but deeper. And it had a strange sound at the end, like words almost. She knew it was the Fang Pack. They were out there. They were hunting. The trees on Nightshade had low branches. Jisoo found a big one and climbed up. She tied herself to the trunk with her belt so she would not fall if she slept. She ate a little of the dry food and one more red fruit. She was high up. Maybe the Fang Pack could not climb. Maybe she would be safe for the night. As it got dark, Jisoo saw lights in the forest. They were blue and green and moved like fire, but they were not fire. They were some kind of plants, or maybe animals. She did not know. This world was strange, and beautiful, and deadly. The howls came again, closer now. Jisoo could hear many voices, many hunters. They knew she was here. They could smell her. They were coming. Jisoo thought about Earth, about her home, about her family. She had worked so hard to get her job on the ship, and now she was here alone. She wanted to cry, but she did not. She was a Deathworlder. She was strong. Humans did not give up easy. In the dark, Jisoo saw them, 6 eyes that glowed in the night fur that looked like the night sky, moving between trees. They were big, bigger than earth wolves, maybe as big as bears. They moved quiet for such big animals. Jisoo counted. She saw 5, no 6, no 10 of them. A big pack. They moved around her tree. They looked up. They saw her. They knew she was there. The biggest one had a scar on its face. It stood up on back legs and put front paws on the tree. It was so tall it could almost reach her. It looked at her with 6 eyes that glowed. Red Jisoo held her knife. It was small, but she would fight. She would not die easy. She was human. She was a Deathworlder. The night was long. Jisoo did not sleep. The Fang Pack did not leave. They stayed around her tree. They waited. They were smart. They knew she must come down sometime. As the first light came, Jisoo made a choice. She would not wait to die. She would not hide. She would face them. She was human after all, and humans did not just survive. They fought back. Jisoo untied her belt and got ready to climb down. The sun was rising on her. First day on Nightshade. And she was still alive. That was something. That was a start. The Fang Pack watched and waited for the Deathworlder girl to come to them. They did not know what she was, but they would learn. They would all learn. 7 days had passed since Jisoo had fought the leader of the Fang Pack. She had won that fight, not by killing him, but by showing she was strong. The leader, who Jisoo now called Kyung, respected her. The whole pack respected her. Jisoo no longer slept in caves or up in trees. She slept on the ground near the pack. They kept her safe from other animals on Nightshade. She was not their prey anymore. She was something else. Something new on. The 8th day, Kyung came to Jisoo as she was eating red fruits. For breakfast, he dropped a small purple animal at her feet. It was dead, fresh, killed. Jisoo looked at Kyung. He sat and watched her. She understood this was a gift. This was food better than fruits. Jisoo used her small knife to cut the purple animal. It had meat inside that looked good. She cooked it over a small fire she had made. Kyung watched her with all 6 eyes. The fire seemed to surprise him. Jisoo gave some of the cooked meat to Kyung. He sniffed it, then ate it. He seemed to like the taste. Jisoo smiled. This was the first time she had shared food with the pack. This was important. After they ate, Kyung stood up. He made a sound like he wanted Jisoo to follow him. Jisoo got up and went with him. The rest of the pack came too. They all walked through the forest. Jisoo did not know where they were going, but she trusted Kyung now. They walked for many hours. The sun was high and hot when they came to a big mountain. In the side of the mountain was a large opening, a cave. Kyung went inside. Jisoo followed. The cave was big and cool inside. Jisoo could see in the dim light that the cave went far back into the mountain. There were smaller caves inside the big cave. There were soft places made of leaves and fur for sleeping. There was even a small pool of water that steamed like it was hot. Jisoo realized this was the home of the Fang Pack. This was their den. They had brought her to their home. This was a very big thing. They truly trusted her now. The pack all found places to sleep in. The cool cave. Jisoo sat by the hot water pool. It felt good. It reminded her of hot springs on Earth. She put her hand in the water. It was hot, but not too hot. She could wash in it. She could clean her clothes that had gotten very dirty. That night, Jisoo slept in the cave with the pack all around her. She felt safe for the first time since coming to Nightshade. She slept deep and good. In the morning, Jisoo woke to find a young female Fang Pack animal next to her. The young one seemed friendly. Jisoo named her Hana. Hana followed Jisoo everywhere that day. Jisoo liked having her near. It was like having a friend. Jisoo watched the pack. She saw how they lived, how they talked to each other. They had a language not with words like humans, but with sounds and body moves and smells. Jisoo started to learn this language. She started to understand the pack better. Jisoo saw that the pack was smart. Very smart. They were not just animals. They could think, they could plan. They could remember. They were people in their own way. Days passed and Jisoo lived with the pack. She went with them when they hunted. She helped them catch food. She showed them how fire could cook meat and make it taste better. She showed them how her knife could cut things they could not bite through. The pack showed Jisoo the best places to find fruits and clean water. They showed her which plants were good to eat and which would make her sick. They showed her how to move quiet in the forest, how to hear and smell things far away. One day while hunting, Jisoo and the pack found strange marks on the ground, big lines that cut through the dirt down to the rock. Jisoo followed these marks. They led to a place where the trees had been cut down, where big holes had been dug in the ground. Jisoo looked in the holes. She saw shiny things in the dirt. Metal things. She picked one up. It was a small piece of metal that glowed blue in her hand. She knew what this was. It was rare metal that ships used for power. It was worth much money. Jisoo looked around more. She found things left by people, tools, boxes with writing on them. She read the writing. It said, Horizon Research Team. She felt cold inside. These were from her ship. Her old crew had been here. Kyung did not. Like this place, he growled at the holes. He pawed at the ground like it smelled bad. The whole pack seemed upset. Jisoo wondered why, then she saw something that made her understand. Near one of the holes was a dead fang pack animal. It was small maybe. A baby. It had no marks on it. No cuts or bites, but it was dead. Jisoo looked closer. She saw its fur had a strange color. A sickness color. Jisoo looked at the metal in her hand. Then at the dead pack animal. She understood the metal was making the pack sick. The mining was hurting them, putting bad things in the air and water. Jisoo dropped the metal. She wiped her hand on her clothes. She called to Kyung and the pack. They all left that place. They went back to their cave. That night, Jisoo thought hard about what she had seen. Her old crew was mining on Nightshade. They were taking the metal. They were making the pack sick. Maybe that was why they had sent her here. They wanted her gone so she would not find out what they were doing. Jisoo felt angry. They had tried to kill her by leaving her with the Fang Pack, but now the pack was her family and someone was hurting her family. She had to stop it. The next day, Hana, the young female pack animal, came to Jisoo making sad sounds. Jisoo followed her. To the back of the cave there was another young pack animal laying still. It was breathing but very slow. Its fur had the same strange color as the dead one by the mines. Jisoo knew the young one was sick from the mining. She had to help it. She remembered some of the plants she had seen in the forest, plants that might help clean the body of bad things. Jisoo left the cave. She spent all day looking for the right plants. She found them. She brought them back. She made a tea from them. She helped the sick young one drink the tea. All the pack watched as Jisoo worked. They seemed to understand she was trying to help. They did not stop her. They trusted her. That night, as Jisoo sat by the sick young one, Kyung came and sat beside her. He put his head against her shoulder. It was a touch of trust, of thanks. Jisoo put her arm around his neck. They sat like that all night, watching over the sick one. In the morning, the young one seemed better. It could stand. It could drink water on its own. The strange color in its fur was less. The pack made happy sounds. They all came to touch Jisoo to thank her. Jisoo knew then that she was not just living with the pack, not just accepted by them. She was one of them now. She was part of the family, part of the group, and Jisoo knew something else too. She knew she had to stop the mining. She had to save her new family from the poison in the ground. She had to be ready for when her old crew came back. They would come in less than 2 months now. Jisoo began to plan. She was a human, a Deathworlder. She was strong and smart, and now she had a pack of the most feared hunters on Nightshade with her. No one would hurt her family. No one would hurt her pack. Almost 3 months had passed since Jisoo had been left on Nightshade. She had changed much in that time. Her body was strong from hunting with the pack. Her skin was darker from the sun. Her clothes were worn and patched with animal skins and plant fibers. She looked wild. She looked powerful. Sue now understood the pack language. She could make the sounds they made. She could tell them things with her body moves. Kyung, the pack leader, treated her like an equal. The pack followed both of them. Now Jisoo knew her old ship would come back soon. They had said 3 months. She had been counting days. She was ready. She had a plan. She had been working on it since she found the mining place. Every day Jisoo would go to the mining site. She would gather things left behind by the miners' tools and pieces of machines. She found a broken tablet computer. She fixed it. She used it to take pictures of the mining. She recorded everything. Jisoo also found the big storage place where they kept the blue metal. It was hidden in a cave not far from the mining holes. The door had a lock, but Jisoo knew how to open it. She had learned such things on Earth. Inside the storage place, Jisoo found many boxes full of the blue metal. She also found papers with names and numbers. These were records. These showed who was buying the metal. These showed how much money was being made. Jisoo took pictures of everything. She saved them on the tablet. She hid the tablet in a safe place. She knew this was proof of what her old crew was doing. It was proof they had lied about her. It was proof they were hurting Nightshade and the pack. One day Jisoo was sitting on a high rock near the pack den. She saw something in the sky, a bright light moving fast. She knew what it was, a ship, her old ship. The horizon had come back. Jisoo called to Kyung and the pack. She made the sounds that meant follow. She ran through the forest toward the place where she had first been left on Nightshade. She knew the ship would land there. As Jisoo ran, she felt both fear and hope. Fear that her old crew might hurt her or the pack. Hope that she could show the truth. Hope that she could save her new family. Jisoo reached the open space where she had first been left. She could see the small landing ship coming down from the sky. It was landing right where it had left her. So long ago, Jisoo hid in the trees. Kyung and the pack hid too. They were quiet. They watched the ship land. Its door opened. Captain Tai-ho came out with Do-1, the security chief, and several guards. They all had big guns. They looked nervous. "Jisoo, do you live?" said Captain Tai-ho. His voice was loud. "She has surely been eaten long ago," said Do-1. They began to look around the open space they found. No bones, no body parts, nothing to show Jisoo had died. Captain Tai-ho looked angry. "I told you we should have just killed her," he said to Do-1. "Now we must search if she is alive. She could have found the mining site." Jisoo felt cold anger. These people had never meant for her to live. They had meant for her to die here. But she had lived. She had become strong. She had found friends. She had found truth. Jisoo stepped out of the trees. She walked toward Captain Tai-ho and the others. She walked tall and proud. Kyung and the pack stayed hidden, waiting for her signal. Captain Tai-ho saw Jisoo. His 4 eyes got big with surprise. "Jisoo," he said. His voice was shocked. "How do you live?" "I am a Deathworlder," said Jisoo. Her voice was strong. "I am human. We are hard to kill." Do-1 raised his gun. Jisoo did not move. She was not afraid. She knew Kyung and the pack were ready. "Captain, let us finish this." "Now," said Do-1. "No one will know. No one will care. She is just one human." Jisoo smiled. It was not a nice smile. "I know about the mining," she said. "I know what you are doing to this moon, to the animals here. I have proof." Captain Tai-ho looked worried. "What proof?" he asked. "No one will believe you." Jisoo held up the tablet computer. "I have pictures. I have records. I have names of who buys your metal. I have proof you lied about me to get me out of the way." Do-1 fired his gun at Jisoo. But she was fast. She was a Deathworlder. She moved to the side. The shot missed her. She ran at Do-1 before he could fire. Again she hit him hard. He fell down. The other guards raised their guns. Jisoo whistled loud and sharp. This was the signal. Kyung and the pack ran out of the trees. There were many of them. They were big. They were angry. They surrounded the crew. Guards looked scared. They had never seen the Fang pack so close. Captain Tai-ho stepped back, his hands up. "Do not shoot," he said to his guards. "They will kill us all." "How do you control them?" asked Sun-mi, the ship scientist who had just come out of the landing ship. She looked at the pack with wonder. "They are supposed to be wild killers." "They are not just animals," said Jisoo. "They are people. They are smart. They understand. They know you are hurting their home with your mining." "I found your secret storage cave," said Jisoo. "I know you have been taking the blue metal for months. It is against the law. You did not get permission from the Galactic Council, Captain." Tai-ho looked very angry now. He moved fast. He grabbed Sun-mi. He put his gun to her head. He was using her as a shield. "You will let us go," said Captain Tai-ho, "or I will kill her. Then my guards will kill you and your animals." Jisoo did not move. She looked at Captain Tai-ho with cold eyes. "You forget," she said. "I am a Deathworlder. You forget what that means." Jisoo made a sound, a special sound she had learned from the pack. Kyung and 2 others jumped at Captain Tai-ho. They were so fast he could not shoot. They knocked him down. They held him with their big paws, their teeth at his throat. The guards dropped their guns. They were too scared to move. Sun-mi ran to Jisoo. She was crying. "Thank you," she said. "I did not know about the mining. I did not know they blamed you." Jisoo nodded. She knew Sun-mi was not part of the bad things. She turned to the guards. "Tie up the captain and Do-1," she said. "Take them to the ship." The guards did what Jisoo said. They were afraid of her, And the pack, they tied up Captain Taiho and Do-1. They took them to the landing ship. Jisoo told Sunmi everything. She showed her the pictures on the tablet. She told her about the pack, about how smart they were, about how the mining was making them sick. Sunmi was amazed. This is wonderful, she said, and terrible too. We must tell the Galactic Council. We must stop the mining. We must protect the pack. Jisoo looked at Kyung and the pack. They were watching her. They trusted her to do the right thing. Jisoo knew she could go back to the ship. Now she could leave Nightshade. She could go back to her old life. But Nightshade was her home now. The pack was her family. She belonged here. She was needed here. Jisoo turned to Sunmi. I will go with you to the horizon, she said. I will show my proof to the council. But then I must come back here. I must help the pack. I must help clean the poison from the mining. Sunmi nodded. I understand, she said. You have found something special here. Something no one else has found. As they walked to the landing ship, Kyung came to Jisoo. He made the sound that meant worry. Jisoo put her hand on his head. I will come back, she said in the pack language. I promise I will not leave you. The pack watched as Jisoo got on the landing ship. They did not try to stop her. They trusted her. Jisoo looked back at them as the door closed. She would return. She would save them. She would make things right. The great hall of the Galactic Council was huge, with tall windows and shining floors. Jisoo stood in the center, all eyes on her. She wore new clean clothes, but she had kept her wild hair and the necklace of fang-packed teeth she had made on Nightshade. She looked like what she was, a human who had lived with wild things and become wild herself. Behind Jisoo stood 6 members of the Fang Pack. Kyung was there, and Hana and 4 others. They had come with her on the big ship to the council world. They had never left Nightshade before. They were nervous, but they trusted Jisoo. They followed her lead. The council members sat in a half-circle on high seats. They looked down at Jisoo and the pack. Many of them looked scared of the big animals with 6 eyes, but they tried not to show it. Captain Taeho and Do-1 stood to one side with guards watching them. They had been arrested when the Horizon returned to council space. They looked angry and afraid. Elder Junho, the head of the council, spoke first. Jisoo of Earth, we have reviewed the evidence you provided about the illegal mining on Nightshade. The records are very clear. Captain Taeho broke many laws. He will be punished. Jisoo nodded. She was glad justice would be done. But that was not why she had come to the council. That was not the most important thing. But there is something else that concerns us, said Elder Junho. He pointed to the Fang Pack. These creatures are known killers. They have attacked and killed many explorers, yet they obey you. How is this possible? Jisoo smiled and put her hand on Kyung's head. They are not just animals. She said they are people. They can think. They can learn. They can feel. They killed explorers because the explorers came to hunt them or harm their home. The council members whispered to each other. This was new information. This changed things. Another council member, an old female named Mija, leaned forward. So you are saying the Fang Pack is sentient? She asked. They are like us. Jisoo shook her head. Not like you, she said. Not like me either. They are their own kind of people. They have their own way of thinking, their own language. They deserve respect. They deserve protection. Show us, said Elder Junho. Prove they understand. Jisoo turned to Kyung. She made sounds and body moves in the pack language. She was asking him to show the council how smart he was. Kyung looked at the council members, all his 6 eyes glowing. Kyung walked to a table where food had been set out. He picked up a piece of fruit with his mouth. He brought it to Elder Junho. He set it down. He backed away. He bowed his head. The council gasped. No animal could do this. No animal could understand such complex commands. Now Jisoo spoke to Hana in the pack language. Hana went to each council member. She touched their hand with her nose. She made the pack sound for greeting. Impossible, said one council member. These are trained tricks. Jisoo shook her head. I lived with them for 3 months. She said, I did not train them. I learned from them. They taught me their ways. I became part of their pack. They accepted me. Now Jisoo showed the council pictures and videos she had taken. She showed the Fang Pack hunting together, planning together, caring for their young, teaching each other. It was clear they were not just animals. The council talked among themselves for a long time, then Elder Junho spoke. We agree the Fang Pack shows signs of intelligence. We will declare Nightshade a protected world. The mining will stop. Jisoo felt happy. This was good news, but she was not done yet. I want more, she said. I want the Fang Pack recognized as people with rights. I want humans to be allowed to visit Nightshade to learn from the pack. I want to build a place where humans and pack can live together. The council looked surprised. This was a big ask. This had never been done before. Why should we allow this? Asked Mija. Why should we trust humans on Nightshade? Jisoo stood tall. I am a Deathworlder. She said, I am human. I was thrown to the Fang Pack to die. But I did not die. I learned, I adapted. I became strong. I became part of them. Jisoo pointed to Captain Taeho. He thought humans were dangerous. He thought we should be feared. He was right. But he was also wrong. We are dangerous. When we need to be, we are strong when we must be. But we can also learn, we can also make peace. The pack stands with me, said Jisoo. They trust me. They will trust other humans who come with respect, who come to learn, not to harm. The council talked again. For a long time, Jisoo and the pack waited. Finally, Elder Junho spoke. We will allow it. He said we will build a small station on Nightshade for humans and other beings to study the Fang Pack with respect. But Jisoo of Earth, you must be responsible, said Mija. You must lead this station. You must make sure no harm comes to the pack or from the pack. Jisoo smiled. This was what she wanted. This was what she had hoped for. I accept, she said. I will protect the pack. I will teach others about them. I will help clean the poison from the mining. I will make Nightshade a place of learning. Captain Taeho spoke up suddenly from where he stood with the guards. This is wrong, he said. These are just animals. This human has tricked you. The pack will kill anyone who goes to Nightshade. Kyung growled at Captain Taeho. He showed his teeth. The captain stepped back in fear. Jisoo put her hand on Kyung. He became quiet again. You see, said Jisoo. They understand. They know who has harmed them. They know who speaks against them, but they do not attack. They control themselves. They are people. The council was impressed. They saw the truth in what Jisoo said. They made their decision. Nightshade would be protected. The Fang Pack would be recognized. The station would be built. 3 months later, Jisoo stood on a hill overlooking the new station. It was small, just a few buildings, but it was a start. Humans had come to help clean the mining poison from the land, to study the pack, to learn their ways. Jisoo wore the clothes of both worlds, human clothes, but also a cape made of nightshade plants and a crown of Fang Pack teeth. She was the bridge between worlds. She was the translator. She was the protector. Kyung stood beside her. He was bigger now, stronger. He had healed from the mining poison. He looked at the new humans with caution but not fear. He trusted Jisoo. He knew she would not let harm come. Hana and the young ones played near the station. They were less afraid of the new humans. They were curious. They wanted to learn. In the evening, Jisoo sat with the pack and the human researchers. They shared food around a fire. Jisoo told stories in both languages, human words and pack sounds. She helped them understand each other. A young researcher asked Jisoo, "Are you not lonely here? The only human who truly lives with the pack. Do you not miss your own kind?" Jisoo looked at the pack, at Kyung, at Hana, at all the others she had named and known. She looked at the night sky of Nightshade, so different. From Earth she smiled. "I am not lonely." She said, "I found my place here. I found my family." The humans called her many things, ambassador, teacher, scientist. But the pack had their own name for her in their language. It meant she who leads the hunt. She who protects the pack. It meant Queen Jisoo, the human. The Deathworlder had been thrown to the apex predators to die. But she had not died. She had become strong. She had become wise. She had become the bridge between worlds. She had become their queen, and on Nightshade, under strange stars with the howls of the pack filling the night, Jisoo was finally home, truly home.